Hi, this is Beth Kruger of Wanderful Vintage. Thanks for following along on my YouTube channel. So if you are anything like me, you did not become a vintage reseller to sit behind a computer all day long. Probably one of the things that you love most about vintage treasures is the shopping for them. I know that is my favorite thing. So if you are anything like me, you probably want to spend less time in front of a computer. I wanted to create this tutorial to share with you my tips for using ChatGPT to help you create your Etsy listings much faster. I go through the steps on how to work through my listing, like do the whole description piece, and then also some tips on how to create photographs of your actual listings using the help of AI to create beautiful backgrounds that enhance your listing's appeal. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video. So here we are. You can see right here is what I entered into ChatGPT. So study this photo and then place this object exactly as it is. Do not change anything about it into a background that is a dresser topped with a soft cream colored wall with neutral lighting on it. Make it look like a Martha Stewart living magazine editorial photo shoot. Do not change the object in any way. Do not add additional props into the image you create other than what I describe. Pretty good. This is a very fast transition so that you can see the object just as it is. So this took probably like 3 or so minutes for Chat to create, but like it came out pretty good. I'm really pleased with this image, and there's nothing else I would change about it. It looks lit perfectly. My photo was actually lovely and didn't really need much of anything, but this just adds like more of a styled element to it. I did add cream colored lace and a couple little details specific in my chat description of what I wanted. So then I'm going to download this. I'm going to save it to easily find it, like trinket dish. I'll pop it right there in the side of my folders there. And so then I'm going to exit out of this section of chat because I don't need any more photos. This is the only photo I need. I'm just going to use one for my thumbnails. And then I have a bunch of other photos that I took that I will use in my description. But I only need one edited photo like this to be able to use as my thumbnail photo. So then I'm going to go into what I am calling my Etsy listing assistant, because I've created this little personalization, and I can show you how to do that in another video. If you're interested in that, let me know that you would like to learn how to create your own personalized listing assistant. So I'm asking it to create this listing for me, and then I'm going to show you what it comes up with. So hold on one moment for that. I do upload a bunch of photos, as you can see. I'm going to go through my photos. I'm going to upload the photos exactly as I've taken them, and especially I include the ones with measurements because I always do measurement photos for my Etsy projects. So I want to make sure that I have photos on Etsy that show exactly the size of the object so that people can get a really clear idea. So you can see I ask it to create the listing for the Wedgwood dish, to note the measurements in the photos, and also include them in the listing. And obviously you need to check Chat's work because Chat's not always right, but you upload maybe 3 or 4 pictures, especially the ones that have the measurements in them. And then you would want to just double check and make sure that Chat gets the measurements correct, because obviously it's an AI assistant. It's not perfect, and it's not going to have everything the way you want it to. So we'll give it a few minutes to think here, and then I'll show you what it comes up with. So here it goes. So I am literally just copying and pasting this description right out of chat, and then I'm going to put it in a Google document, and then from that Google document, I will edit it. Now, you can just put those photos and into chat and say, write me up an Etsy description, and it will just do an Etsy description that's very like typical across the board. Every single one, every single Etsy listing has the same things in it. So ChatGPT knows exactly what to write. Like it'll write a description, it'll write the era, it'll write like what material it's made out of, and maybe even the era, the year. It will write, things like shipping times and all of that stuff. Obviously, that's not necessarily all going to be applicable to you or your object, right? They might, chat can get it wrong, right? It's just a computer. It's just a robot, basically, like a tool for you to use to start to fill in the blanks. So for me, I'm starting to fill out my Etsy description. I'm going to put in the image that I created here on chat. I'm going to put in all of the other images that I took photos, right? So I took photos of this object, and I'm going to put all those photos in my description. I also always do a video. I just think video is a really nice way for folks to be able to see what it is that they're purchasing. So I always put a video in there. Always, my videos are too big because I always try to do like a really high quality video. So I usually have to export the video in a lower quality. So that is what I'm doing right here. And I'm just exporting it to a lower quality so it's a smaller file size and it will fit really easily into my Etsy listing. So I'll export that. Maybe change the title, right, to make it more easily findable. And then I will upload that video into my Etsy listing. And you can see it doesn't take much time. I didn't even do a 30-second long video, so it should just be super fast. So bear with me while this video gets exported and while we import the new one. So there it is. Looks good. We're going to just drag that right over into the description. Pretty good, right? It's looking good. Sometimes I want to make sure that the video doesn't get cut off, because sometimes that happens when you're exporting videos. It can get cut off or it misses part of what you had filmed. So you may have to export again another time. I want to make sure that you can see the end of that video because I included the stamp on the bottom of the trinket dish. So I'm going to upload this into here. Okay, I want to adjust my thumbnail, so I think I'm going to go to that next. And you can see I am trying to make sure that you can see the trinket dish like right in the center of the thumbnail. So I may have to do a little cropping for that. There you go. Actually, it's for whatever reason, it's not showing up there. So I think I actually end up editing the photo and just cropping it into a square from here. So I'll do that through the transform section, and then I can like adjust where that trinket dish shows up in the photo and then save it that way. So it's going to look like right in the center on whatever device that you view this Etsy listing on. It's going to look the same, which is key. That's what I want. So I'm going to maybe upload a couple more photos that just give you a little bit more of an idea of what this box looks like, because I did take several other pictures other than the measurement ones. let's see here. I think that's it. I guess these two guys could go in there. Three, maybe 3 or 4. 3 additional photos. I'll pull and drag those over there. I know some other people put like QR codes to other sections in their shop. I don't do that. I'm going to take the item description and I'm going to copy and paste the entire thing into my description. The keywords I will adjust and put elsewhere, but I will put all of that description into my description here on Etsy so you can see. I cut and paste. I'll probably take the, make some space in between all the sections so you can really see. I don't offer international shipping right now while we're trying to figure out our tariff situation here in the US. It's a freaking mess. So I'm not offering international shipping at the moment. I'm going to take out some of these extra spaces because I don't want all that extra room because we don't want people to have to scroll super far to be able to find out anything. I don't know the exact dates. I do know what kind of material it is. So I'm trying to keep all of this really nice and tight in here, right? A beautiful vintage Wedgwood Jasperware trinket box. Looks amazing. I'm not really sure of the price yet, so I'm just going to throw in my price. Maybe I'm going to do $50. I include shipping, so I usually I want to make sure that I don't lose money when I'm selling things. I have to account for how much it costs me for the item, all of my shipping supplies, and then the cost of my shipping. So I include everything in the price. I have sold things where I haven't made any money. It has happened. So I need to be like just making sure that I'm going to make a profit, which is what we all should be doing. Let me know if you want a video around that and how I price my items. I can help with that too. So here we are. I'm going to go into my tags actually and copy and paste those and add the tags separately in my Etsy listing. So that section here, I'm going to go through that and I'll kind of fast forward through adding my tags, but I do use AI generated tags. I'm experimenting to see how they work. So here I'm just adding my last few tags. I kind of cut and paste them into a notes app, and then I'm adding up to 13 tags. Like obviously Etsy stops me every once in a while and says, you know, they can only be a certain number of characters. That's also something you can make sure that your ChatGPT actually only writes tags with a certain number of characters. That's something you can make sure that it does. And then I am going to just scroll up after entering my shipping information, my weight, all that stuff. And I'm going to copy and paste the title. If you like the title, just copy and paste what AI suggests. I mean, Etsy AI will also suggest other things. You can change your listing descriptions and do whatever you feel is best. Then I'm going to save it as a draft. It's not showing up here in my drafts for some reason. I always have to refresh. So give me a moment and you can see my refresh here with my trinket box showing up all the way over here on the left. Doesn't it look beautiful? So I hope you found this video helpful. And again, if you have questions or comments about using AI, more like any of the things that I covered in this video, maybe something tangential to what I shared, please leave it in the comments. Definitely like and subscribe to this channel. I would love to share more of my knowledge that I've been gaining along the way, along my journey here on Etsy. I really appreciate the follow and the like, and have a great day. Take care.